Let's make a video. I want to run them through the 7 tips that we just did on that live call with GCI. Hopefully everybody, do you guys know you can get live Zoom training with me, one-on-one live environment for your company? You guys can ask me any questions I want to make sure, I think they all know. Do you know? Put in the comment section below. If you're a subscriber to leasinguniversity.com, on the unlimited plan, when you put your whole company on, not only will you have access to the monthly coaching calls, but if you're on the unlimited plan, if you ever want me to do a special coaching call just for you, it's a live video coaching call for your people, you let me know the day and time. If it works, I'll do it. I want to walk you through the 7 mistakes. We just covered these on a coaching call a second ago. These are 7 mistakes that leasing agents make during virtual tours. I get it. It's stressful, right? We're having to pivot a little bit. We're having to use these things a lot more right now in our leasing. And that's here to stay, all right? And if we do this correctly, we can actually make our jobs a lot more fun, and we can get leases. What we found with the system that we're using and teaching people at Leasing University, they're actually getting leases faster doing virtual tours. So let me walk you through really quickly the 7 mistakes that people make, that leasing agents make when they're doing virtual tours. I'm going to ask you a question right now. Please put in the comments below what mistakes we make. And if I miss something in these 7, will you please comment below? And hopefully you've hit that red subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel. It's all about you. It's all about helping you get better. With all that being said, let's jump into mistake number 1. Mistake number 1 is lack of a pre-tour discovery call. What do I mean by a pre-tour discovery call? This is simple stuff. This is like your phone training that you've learned at Leasing University, but make sure that you're having a conversation with them over the phone and you're not just jumping right into your video tour, because the tour is going to be a disaster. Trust me, it's going to be a disaster if you don't know anything about your prospect, you haven't done any discovery, and now you're just going to start zipping them around the community and showing them stuff. Make sure that you have that pre-call before you start the tour. I want you to learn what their current situation is. I want you to know what their ideal scene is. Where are you living right now? What's your ideal scene? I hate my kitchen right now. It's terrible. I can't open the dishwasher. I can't open the cabinets at the same time as the dishwasher's open. It's horrible for unloading dishes. There's no dog park, and I'm having to work at home a lot, and I don't even have a space to work. I'm sitting on my bed on my laptop spending my life on Zoom meeting. It's terrible. I need a better place to live. You want to figure that out before you start walking them around on the virtual tour. Find out what's most important to them, why that's important to them. Find out what they want to see first, why they want to see that first. Make sure that you're covering all of this during a phone call. Please, if you haven't checked out our phone training, check out our phone training. It's going to help you with all of this. Mistake number 2. Okay, this is huge. Not creating and explaining the agenda before the virtual tour. So you've had your pre-call. When you jump on the virtual tour, the first thing I want you to do is create and explain the agenda with that person. You don't want to just jump into the tour. Let me put it up on the big board. Let me show you a sample that we just did from our coaching call. We came up with this on the coaching call we just had. Hey, Lisa. Because you told me your kitchen is a total disaster right now, you can't stand it, you got 1980s linoleum, you can't open the dishwasher and the cabinets at the same time, I get it. Because you told me all that, I'm going to show you the kitchen first. Then we're going to look at the area you can make your home office. And finally, we'll check out the dog park for Max, your pug. We want to show Max the dog park. Max is going to love it, by the way. And if everything is to your liking, you can decide if it makes sense to sign the lease. Check out that last part. If everything is to your liking, you can decide if it makes sense to sign the lease. What did I just do there? I normalized the idea of leasing as part of the virtual tour. I'm going to repeat that. We want to normalize the idea of leasing as part of the virtual tour. This is new. It's new for you. It's new for me. It's new for your prospects. We want to let them know that it's okay. Everybody's doing it. It's a normal part of the virtual tour to lease the apartment. A great way of doing that, put it back up on the board there, a great way of doing that is ending your recap of the agenda, 2 to 3 things that you're going to show them, and ending it with, if everything is to your liking, you can decide if it makes sense to sign the lease. If everything's to your liking, you can decide if it makes sense to sign the lease. I'm normalizing the idea of leasing as part of the virtual tour. All right, mistake number 3, the inability to use your sword and shield. Hopefully you know. Hopefully you're already subscribed to leasinguniversity.com or you've had a live training event with me. You know what the heck a sword and shield is. If you don't, let me show you. This is your sword and this is your shield. These are the 2 most important tools in leasing. Well, guess what we lose that we have? It's easy to walk around with these during a regular tour, but typically the first thing that we lose when we're doing this is the ability to do this. And I need you to have the ability to take notes. This is critical. This is vital. How can you do things like the all things being equal technique when they're like, hey, the place down the street is giving you 3 weeks free? Really? They're giving you 3 weeks free? Hey, all things being equal, let's say I could give you 3 weeks free. Where would you rather live? Oh, I'd rather live here. Why? Dog park. Why else? Kitchen counters. Why else? The drive to work is shorter. Why else? And you're writing all this down so you can go, listen, I get it. 3 weeks free is 3 weeks free, but you're going to not have the dog park. You're not going to have the counters that you said. You said those were 80s counters and they actually gave you anxiety because either you're living in the Cosby Show or that kitchen is outdated. Also, that drive to work, you told me it was 4 miles each way. That's 8 miles every day. You're probably going to spend that in gas over the first year. Plus, that's like 45 minutes of your life when traffic is bad. You're also not going to have the dog park for your dog. You're not going to have that space that you want to work. You can't do any of this if you don't take notes because you're going to forget what they told you. And you want to be able to take notes in front of them. If you can show them on camera that you're taking notes with what they're saying, oh, you're going to come off so much more professional, right? And I recommend using one of these Sharpies because then as you take notes, it's very easy. You know, we're talking $750. It's very easy to put this right into the camera and show them what you're talking about if you're taking notes in front of them. So the inability. So how do we solve this problem? How do we solve having our sword and shield on the virtual tour? Here's the solution, okay? And I don't want to get you in trouble with your management team. Ask them if they can buy you one of these. If not, buy it for yourself. You can get one of these like $10, $15 on Amazon. All this is a little clip that your phone goes into when you're doing your virtual tour, and it's got a tripod on it. So then when you get a break, you can set the phone down on the counter, right? And then you can talk into the phone and show them that you're taking notes. Double benefit. Not only can you use your sword and shield and take notes, but when you're using one of these, it's much more steady if the phone is sitting on the counter. So you're not going to be shaking, your hand's not going to be shaking. It's going to be great. You're going to have a better interaction with them. So pick yourself up a tripod, please. If somebody finds these for cheap, I think I paid $25 for mine, but I'm not the best at finding deals. If somebody finds a deal, please put it in the comment section below so everybody else can grab a tripod. Got it? Get it? Great. Okay, mistake number 4, lack of energy and emotion. Remember this, your prospect is going to take their energy cues and emotional cues from you. So make sure that you're smiling. Make sure you're sitting up straight. If you're standing, make sure you're standing up straight. Make sure your voice is inflecting a cool, positive emotion, okay? This is very natural and easy for us to do this when the prospects are in front of us. We've been doing it for years, right? In a face-to-face presentation. It's really easy to lose that and forget about our facial, our verbal tonality, and the energy that we're projecting when we're doing a virtual tour. But it's so much more important to project during a virtual tour. because the prospect is going to take their energy cue from you. So remember, smile, stand up straight, look directly into the camera, set the pace of the tour. Why is it important to set the emotional pace? I want you to write this note down. People rent an apartment based on emotions, and they justify their decision with logic. I'm going to say that again. People rent an apartment based on their emotions, and they justify that decision with logic. Why is this important for you to know? It's important because the folks that have not gone through Leasing University typically have the script flipped upside down. They're all logic, logic, logic. Feature, location, benefits, amenity, 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 price, price, rent special. All of these things are great to let the prospect know so that they can logically explain why they decided to live at your community to their friends later. But if you're not capturing their emotions, if you're not evoking that feeling of, man, I love this kitchen. Kim, you told me your current kitchen is a nightmare. It sounds terrible. I don't even want to come over to your house right now. I cannot wait to show you this kitchen because your life is going to be so much easier. Not only are you going to be able to unload the dishwasher, yeah, kind of a big deal, but your countertops, forget the Cosby Show, all right? This is 2020. You're going to love the counters. You're going to love the lighting. You're going to love the space. Suddenly, she's feeling a bit emotional. Not only that her current place is a disaster, but that she's about to lease an apartment that she's going to love, right? And then when she tells her friends, well, the kitchen's better, and there's the 4-mile drive, and I actually cost factored it out. It's not that much rent. She can justify it with logic. But let's get her loving the kitchen first. And when you set the tone with your face, with your eye contact, looking directly into that camera, making sure that you're staying positive, you have great posture, you've got great energy, you're going to emotionally inspire your prospects, and you're going to be well on your way to getting that lease. All right, mistake number 5, losing your prospect's attention by taking too long. And this is one that is going to shock you. After the video, I want you to practice this. Talking for more than 20 seconds is actually a really long time when you have to listen. So what I want you to do is make sure that right around at least the 20-second mark that you're breaking in and you're giving your prospect during that virtual tour an opportunity to talk. Hey Brad, is that what you wanted to see with the kitchen? Great. Would you like me to take a picture? I've got a picture already. Do you want me to text it to you or email it to you? Oh, text? No problem. I'll shoot it over to your mobile. Make sure that every 20 seconds you're engaging your prospect. Check out this traffic light system, all right? So I want you to just think of it in terms of a traffic light. If you've been talking from 5 to 10 seconds, you've got the green light. You're good. You haven't talked too much. Between 10 and 20 seconds, and I want you to practice this, it's going to go by a lot quicker than you think, but for them it sounds a lot longer. Between 10 and 20 seconds, you kind of are at a yellow light. And after you've been speaking without your prospect acknowledging, without your prospect interacting, without your prospect talking back to you, if you've been talking for more than 20 seconds, stop what you're doing and give them an opportunity to talk. Trust me, they're going to stay engaged, they're not going to mentally check out, and you're going to be in a lot better position to get the lease. Mistake number 6 that we make, and 99% of y'all are making this because it's an easy one to make. It's nothing against you if you've been making this mistake. But mistake number 6 is failing to ask for the lease. Again, this whole virtual tour jam that we're doing right now is new to everybody. When something's new and we're not comfortable, well, it's more difficult to do the uncomfortable stuff. And nothing is more stressful for us than going for the close. But also, nothing is more important to us and our ability to keep our job and lease the community than going for the close. So I want to make sure that you're going for the close on the virtual tour. Now, guess what? We already covered a simple way to do that previously. We're going to set the expectation. We're going to begin the tour with the idea in mind that we will end the tour closing the sale. I'm going to repeat that. We're going to begin every single virtual tour with the idea in mind that we will end the tour closing the sale. How do we do that? Here's how we do it. If you remembered with my agenda, I did just that. Put that back on the board. So let me run through it with you one more time. Because you told me, blah, 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 you hate the kitchen, I'm going to show you the kitchen first. Then we'll look at the area you can make your home office. And finally, the dog park. And if everything is to your liking, you can decide if it makes sense to sign the lease. See how I integrated the close right in there? What I've done there is, again, I've normalized the idea that we're going to close on the lease. And we're going to make sure at the end that I go for that close. Hey, does it make sense to go sign the lease, right? Make sure that you're closing every single time. If not, you're just leaving deals sitting on the table. Tip number 7, not practicing and refining your virtual tours. I need you to get your little tripod. Practice showing them the kitchen. Practice interacting with the camera. Time yourself for 20 seconds. Realize how long that takes. Start to map out, hey, this is going to be part of my life now. I'm going to be moving around the property with this bad boy quite a bit. So here's the path I want to take. Here's the spot I want to avoid during the virtual tours, because I don't know what that lady's doing, but it looks like she's building a UFO on her deck, okay? So I want to avoid walking by her place. Make sure that you map all this out ahead of time. Your tours are going to go smooth. You're going to be more professional, and you're going to put yourself in the best position to get the lease. I hope these 7 mistakes have helped you. Hopefully you won't be making them. I know it's going to require a little bit of practice. Please check us out over at leasinguniversity.com. Please leave a comment on this video. Smash the like button. I'm like giving 2 thumbs up. Give it 2. I don't think you can give 2 thumbs up, but smash the like button if you can. It really helps the algorithm. It helps the channel. Hopefully you're part of the channel and you've subscribed. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm here for you 1000%. Until the next video, my name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Leasing University. I want you to be great, and I want you to get those leases. I'll see you soon. 500 of the top property management companies work with Leasing University. We conduct 100 live apartment leasing training events per year. We help our clients sign over 100,000 additional leases per year, adding $2 billion to their revenue. Leasing consultants that have access to Leasing University lease 7 times more apartments than the rest of the industry. Leasing University is new. Leasing University is game-changing, and Leasing University will get you 7 times more leases. Listen, the apartment industry has changed. The way people rent apartments today is totally different than it was yesterday. Today's renter has more access to information, and they've got more choices in apartments than they've ever had before. If you're struggling to get leases, it's most likely not your location, it's not your amenities, and it's not your price. It's your sales training. If you've been made to sit through a boring class or unrealistic online training, and you're not getting the skills that you need to work with renters, to help you handle their objections, and to make sure you close the lease and rent the apartment, well, that ends today with Leasing University. Our simple, fun, and exciting step-by-step online training and live events will give you the skills and confidence that you need to lease 7 times more apartments. Earn your certified leasing consultant credential in less than 30 days with Leasing University. Simply click on the link to get started and head over to leasinguniversity.com now to start your training.